Here in Texas, time is running out for lawmakers to decide on dozens of bills before the 89th legislative session comes to a close. Lawmakers are working right through the holiday here. Here's a live look inside the Senate chambers in Austin, where they're racing the clock to get bills passed. The session ends a week from today, and Dia Wall's here to show us where the most significant bills stand.
You might be surprised, Chris. The 89th legislative session will be marked by big investments in education, furthering several conservative priorities, and adopting some social causes while abandoning others. Time is ticking to get some of those bills across the finish line. The first law from the 89th legislative session, Senate Bill 14, establishing the Texas Regulatory Efficiency Office, a state version of the Federal Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE.
School choice is now the law of the great state of Texas.
SB 2 sends $1 billion in taxpayer money to private schools to educate 100,000 kids. SB 326 aims to combat a rise in anti-Semitism. Following protests of the war in Gaza on college campuses across the state and here in North Texas. A few bills are awaiting Governor Greg Abbott's signature. SB 3 banning all THC products. SB 31 clarifying when doctors can perform abortions under the state's near total ban. And House Bill 9 would cut property taxes on a $300,000 home by about $200.
Members, Senate Bill 17 is about ensuring that Texas's land and natural resources do not fall into the hands of an adversarial nation or their agents.
By restricting land sales to people from China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia is in the works, along with SB 24, which requires students to learn about the history and atrocities of communism, while SB 12 prohibits diversity, equity, and inclusion in schools, and SB 10
it's foundational to who we are as a nation.
Requires classrooms to display the 10 Commandments. The biggest education bill in state history is still being worked out.
It's a great step forward, but at the same time, you know, the devil's in the details.
Despite a big decrease in the student allotment from $395 down to $55. We're also waiting to see if the Senate approves SB 8. The law would require sheriffs to carry out immigration enforcement, both in the field and in jails across the state. In 2023, there were 4 special sessions called. The 88th legislature passed more than 1,200 laws, about 14.5% of those introduced. So far, the 89th legislature has passed 595 laws, which is just under 7% of the bills introduced. But Chris, again, they still have 1 week to go. Session wraps up Monday, June 2nd.
Yeah, and if the pass is any indication, Dia, there's going to be a flurry of activity over these last 7 days. Thank you so much.